News at noon, 12 noon. News from across the states, 4 p.m. And our major news at 6 p.m. Citizen FM 93.7. Always precise in news broadcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Super Citizen at Sunset on Citizen FM 93.7. This is the fun-packed radio show you heard about. Did you miss any one of our programming today? Join me, Didi, from the Citizen Pot when we run through our programs from sunrise. Stay abreast, get informed on news roundup. It even gets better. Do you think you know Nigeria? Answer 3 questions correctly and be one of our daily winners on quizzes. It is the full package. Let's take you back, way back on African vibes. Let's celebrate the African people, the rich cultures across borders, the languages, the good food, and wealth of excellence on African vibes. Join me every Monday to Friday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. It is on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja.
I bet it crossed your mind. Stay connected to the Super Citizen Show as we enjoy a great radio experience on 93.7 Citizen FM Abuja. It's the full package. Let's take you back, way back. Let's celebrate the African people, culture, rich heritage, and wealth of excellence on African vibes on 93.7 Citizen FM Abuja. Stay abreast. Get informed. Know what's happening around you on News Roundup. And when it's 4:30 p.m., you know it's time for quizzes. Do you think you know Nigeria?
We teach girls shame. Close your legs, cover yourself. We make them feel as though by being born female, they're already guilty of something.
So I think right now we have the chance to be heard, and that's why we're doing it. We're all doing it because we're asking to try and elicit change.
No woman should sit down and allow a man to speak about her reproductive rights.
But it is about opening spaces for other women and not to be seen as token, and that because I'm a woman, I'm only speaking about women at the table. No, I'm speaking about side of the table that is empty and that women have to be there. So
I want us to leave this world better than we found it. And how I choose to affect change is by speaking up, by being the first and by being the dominant.
Over 4 billion of the world's population are girls and women, also faced with challenges that affect our world and contributing solutions to them. Let's have conversations and get some answers to them through their eyes and voices. Tune in to Perspectives, where we discuss important issues ranging from climate change, politics, health, the economy, and lifestyle on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Weekdays from midday. Perspectives. Conversations that matter.
Oh, Citizen FM Abuja. Now we be the voice of the people.
And now for something completely different.
Hold on to your chairs, folks, for here they are.
It's the Citizen Show with Didi.
It's exactly 10 minutes past 5 p.m. 5:10. Oh, I like it. 5:10. No, not 15, just 5:10. The 6th day of March 2023, 6/03/2023. How's your month coming so far? I haven't, been on this side of the mic all month, so it's a good time to say Happy New Month, right? Yeah, I think I can say Happy New Month. Oh, wait, have I? Wait, let me confirm. Yeah, I think I was here. I can't remember, Jerry. There's been a lot going on in the country, so you must forgive my mind. It's a lot going on. Politics, fuel scarcity, naira scarcity, everything. It's just going on. A lot at the same time. We'll be fine, right? And that's how we've always been. That's the mantra we live by. We'll be fine. Last, everybody go do all right. Everybody go do all right. And then 2 years, 3 years down the line, we're singing the same song. For instance, the fuel scarcity. It was another situation today for me. Maybe that's why I'm talking about it again. Is it longer? The queues. Have you been paying attention? Why didn't we do anniversary for fuel queues in Nigeria? Like maybe, hey, 1 year anniversary. We've been experiencing fuel queues and scarcity in Nigeria. So let's just, like light candles or something, or do like a photo shoot or something. How people upload pictures on their birthdays. It is actually, not birthday anymore. It's been like a year and a month since this whole fuel situation started. Some people can upload pictures and say, hey, it's been a year and a month. How are you doing? Maybe do a get together. I hope you're hearing the sarcasm in my voice because it's not even funny at all. I'm offended. It's going to be all right, Abby. Yes, and then the whole political situation going on in the country. No, it's not violent. No, not at all. And we're grateful for it, but my God. I don't know, right? In town today, it was really difficult, getting from one point to another because PDP, they decided to do protests today at INEC headquarters. Yes, that went on for a bit. Then on the other camp, from the Labour Party camp, we're hearing ginger. We're going to court. We know go grib Bazamu Yadaba. That one is going on there. Hey! So now you see why my head is a little on whether or not I've said Happy New Month to you, guy. If I have not, I'm sorry. I'm telling you. If I have, okay. Well, I'm glad. Anyway, welcome on the show. Super Citizen at Sunset it is. It's another Monday. But we don't have a choice. We'd have to find reasons to be happy, right? So let's get excited about something. Think of something. What do we get excited about now? Is that scarce? Is that scarce, man? Let's be happy for life, that we're alive. I think that's one. I don't know how many people are able to get from home to work. I would have said for ability to move from one point to another, but I'm not sure if you're able to move as easily as you would like to. Just be grateful. Look around you. I don't know, for water, for sun. Oh my God, have you felt the sun in the last couple of days though? Who is offending who? Who is opening floodgates? Hey, it's been scorching. It's been like there's something. Somebody opened a wrong part of this. I'm not sure what's going on. Is it? I'm not sure it's an Abuja thing. It's not. I don't think it's an Abuja thing because I've had calls from Benue State and they are singing the same song. It's wild. The sun is hot. It was just last month we were saying, how did Hamatan get into February? We don't understand. So the Hamatan said, okay, let me chill for a bit. Dear son, please come forward. And March decided to wild it out for us. I don't know how your weekend went though. If it was good, I'm glad for you. Otherwise, if you had to stay at home and then the light situation, did you have lights? How was it? You know those weekends when you just say, I want to rest at home, and then you just stretch out and really sleep? Were you able to catch any rest? God, I beg you. Like you would lie down and you would feel yourself soak up in heat because there was no light gone. So you can't talk about putting on the AC or the fans. For those who have rechargeable fans, I hope they were able to see you through. Oh, well, it is well, Avi. You're gonna be all right. Welcome one, welcome all. Let us get the show started. And it is time for Super Citizen at Sunset. We always find a way, right? Yeah, we always find a way. Okay.
So what are we to expect today? The usual, but of course, more exciting information. What's going on in the country right now? I think I've mentioned a few already. Those are some of the things that are going on. We'll go to court, we'll not go to court. We don't go agree, we'll go agree. And then the Naira situation, to be or not to be. Is it still like a tender? Is it not? Supreme Court said it must be until December 2023. Presido has not said anything. I'm talking about President Muhammadu Buhari. He has not said anything. CBN governor too has not said anything. So people are too skeptical. You know, they don't want to receive the monies and then it become useless in their hands. They don't know how to feel. I've seen different appeals from different quarters and joining the president to at least, address the nation on the subject. Are we getting back? Even if we did get back, do you have Naira? Well, hold on. Do you even have though? I think availability should be a major cause of concern at this point. It is well, Abby. It is well. Anyway, we're looking at trending stories around Nigeria this time from 5:30 p.m. Okay. What's going on in the country? And then at 6, I'll be bringing you the comprehensive news bulletin. It's prepared from the newsroom. Aisha Badegi is working on it right now, so I'm hoping to, get my hands on the news as soon as it's ready. So 5:55, we'll go to prepare for it, and then at 6, I'll be bringing it your way, and then at 6:30, it'll be time for quizzes. Yeah, it's a Monday, so yeah, we'll be doing that. And at 7 o'clock, yeah, it will last from 6:30 to 7. Yes, there's going to be one commercial break in between. It's going to be for a bit, but hey, we'll be here. We'll stick it out to the end. Then at 7, we'll be bringing you melting pot today. One of my guests is already around. The second one sent me a message. In fact, the second person who was supposed to feature on melting pot today is the reason why we chose the topic. Tell us that he won't be available, but I'm banking on my guest who's already around. He's been around since 4. Shout out to you. Shout out to people who do things, make it so easy. He's been around since 4 for a 7 p.m. Can you beat that? When it comes on air, I'll give him a special shout out again, man. It's not easy, not at all. Okay, so what's interesting about today, right? I don't know. For me personally, I don't know. I don't know. And I'm not even being pessimistic right now. It's just been a period. Yeah, it's just been a period. I don't know. March 6th, though. Let's look back at it. March 6th. First of all, the year is running out really fast. I hope you're keeping yourself in check. You're looking back and, reminding yourself your resolutions and those things that you said you were going to take off of your box, the bucket list. You want to check? March is here. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. We just have a few more months to go in the year. So hey, take things seriously. There's always going to be a reason why you're not, achieving your set goals and objectives. There's going to be a reason why you're not making the move. If we're banking on excuses, don't worry, they are bound. But what makes the difference is if you're able to stretch yourself and really go out and get it done. Make those calls, dial those numbers, visit those people, ask for the opinions that you need to ask for, counsel, read those books. Check those sites. Do something to ensure that you're achieving your set goals. If not, 2023 will just end as 2022, regardless of how many amens you screamed in church. I'm not a bearer of bad news. I'm just telling you the truth. It is World Tennis Day. Are you aware? World Tennis Day. Just saying hello to all tennis players around the world. I used to have a friend who loves the game. Like, he could give his left arm for it. Anyway, so first Monday of March every single year, and it just turns out to be today, this particular Monday. It's usually first Monday of March every single year. So the first Monday is one. So learning all that there is to know about this interesting sport this year, it takes place on March 6th, as I mentioned. Did you know that it started out as a handball game? Let me tell you something. It was known as You the Palm, as Game of the Palm, and it has transcended into one of the most popular sports in the world. Yeah, now you know. It was a handball game. It was not like tennis, but it evolved over time. Millions of people around the world play it. So we join the rest of the world to celebrate World Tennis Day and say, hey! What else do we have on this day? See, if you're a teacher, don't even say Just listen to what I'm going to say. Don't give me your opinion yet. It is no homework day. No homework. Just move the books over. Let people rest. Children need to rest small. It's not me. I didn't make the rules. I promise. I didn't make the rules. It's a thing. It is no homework day. Just so you know. Shirley! Hey, my God, I should call Shirley today. It is Shirley Day. Yeah. So I belong in a women group. Yeah, and my boss, her name is Shirley. It's Shirley Day. So if your name's Shirley and you're listening to me right now, shout out to you. Shout out to you. It's not an easy road. Hey, Ford. Are you Ford? F-O-R-D. If that's your name, shout out to you too. It's your day today. Let me not be racist. Let me not be namist. Let me put it like that. So here's cheers to you too, okay? Who's calling me? I don't know. Let me see what he got to say. Hello?
Good morning.
Is here in Nigeria. It's around 5:20 p.m. Are you in Nigeria? I have to be sure now. In Nigeria, it's 5:20 p.m. She's saying good morning. So I don't know. It's different time zone. It could be that she's calling from the abroad. You never know. But sorry, I think you're out. Yeah, you're out. Call me again if you can. Let me see. Brian. If your name is Brian, my son's name. Hey, it's Brian's day today. I'll go and threaten the young man at home. Okay. I'm still looking for my name. I don't know if this is bribery. Somebody just stuck this in, so I'll calm down a bit. I want to see my name. It is Independence Day today in Ghana. So, yeah, this is me saying Happy Independence Day to the very beautiful people of Ghana. Ghanaians, they celebrate their heroes who led the country in the country's struggle for independence. We celebrate every single person who's laid down their life for Ghana to gain independence today. We'll be looking at it more on African Vibes later. More interesting information about Ghana's Independence Day, so stay with us. Shout out to you, Ghana. It's not easy. It's not. See, African countries that really did gain independence during that period. If you see them anywhere, just be doffing hard for them. It's not easy. It is Dentist Day as well. You have someone who's a dentist, celebrate them. Buy them something. Just a way of saying, hey, I see you. I see your works, and I appreciate you. Okay. My God. Let's round this off now, shall we? You have a dress? Magic moment that happened when you went there. Just wear a dress today because it's dress day. 5:22 p.m. All right, hey, so let's see today in history now, March 6th. What are some of the interesting events that took place on this day in history? So the American First Lady and actress Nancy Reagan, who was the first lady during the 1981 to 1989 administration of her husband, the wife of Ronald Reagan, well, she was noted as his most trusted advisor and the most zealous protector of his reputation. It was on this day she died, just in 2016, just a few years ago. An American painter, Georgia O'Keeffe, who was well known for the works including large format paintings of natural forms, especially of flowers and of bones. She died on this day in 1986. Cassius Clay. Okay, wait. So when I just said Cassius Clay, I remembered something. Who watched television during this election, vote counts and in analysis period? There was a particular TV station, I won't mention names, that one of the analysts said something about Cassius Clay. And after saying the name, there was difficulty reconciling the name and the essence of that particular analogy. And the person he was talking to just kept dragging him on national TV. He said, it's like the case of Cassius Clay, that people thought something, and then something. And then after he talks, this person he's talking to will now be like, I still haven't gotten the reason why he said Cassius Clay, but I hope that we get back there. And I think that happened for like 4 times. It was so funny. I was like, oh my God, when people are trying to make, analysis, I think it's just important to have a train of thought figured out, so that when you are being quoted, you will not be sounding as if you didn't know what you were saying when you were saying what you were saying. Get what I mean? Anyway, so Cassius Clay, he took the name Muhammad Ali, which was given to him by his spiritual mentor Elijah Muhammad, leader of the Nation of Islam. So his original name, Cassius Clay. He adopted the name Muhammad Ali in 1964 on this day. My God, what else do we have here? Let me see. What are we missing out? No, I don't think we're missing out on anything. Okay, let's come back to Africa for a bit now, shall we? Tutsi today won an Academy Award, in 2006. See this Gold Coast there, Ghana gaining independence. It'll be a full conversation later on African Vibes. Stay with us. Citizen FM 93.7. I'll be right back.
Hello, Abuja. You are listening to 93.7 Citizen FM, the latest radio station based in Nigeria's capital. Our station seeks to broadcast a broad mix of culture and views with priority given to development programming to enable residents share ideas and opinions, music and drama. At Citizen FM, we believe in progressive talk and solution-driven conversation. Our aim is to build a united Nigeria by bringing people of diverse culture together through communication. Enjoy listening to 93.7 Citizen FM. We are more than just a station. We are a part of your life.
It is how I'm grinning from cheek to cheek right now because I'm listening to this particular song that is taking me all the way to the 90s. No stops. Honestly, I'm remembering a particular day that this song was playing on radio and my mom was just vibing to the tune like she was the backup artist when Vietnam was in the studio. She was just grinning. Oh my God. And she kept going on and on and on and on. And I was like, oh my God. I had no idea what it was. But just listening to the song right now and the nostalgia of it, I'm like, oh my God. I totally get it. There we had there. With the song Look Before You Cross. It's the chorus for me, man. Make you day look well before you cross. Check your time now. It's 5:31 p.m. So let's switch things up now, right? To what's happening in the country at this time. It is time for News Roundup today. So we do know that some stories make it to the front page of newspapers because of the urgency of it, because of the relevance of it, because of the timeliness of it. There are some stories that because of how much they've been going on and on and on, they may not get the necessary attention that they need. If there is nothing, extraordinary happening about it, if there's no spectacular, particular breaking news related to the issue, it'll just become a norm okay, we know we're suffering it. All right, so we know there's no light. For instance, now, electricity in Nigeria, we all know it's a problem, right? So, it'll now be impossible to see headlines about electricity making headlines every now and again if there is no breaking story about it, if discos are not saying something or gencos are not saying something or TCN are not doing something about it or NERC or whatever body as it relates to electricity in Nigeria. There are no new rules or policies that concern electricity in Nigeria. And of course, if those stories will be reported, they'll be reported from the perspective of how the news is breaking as it relates to the industry at that particular time. But we know that generally speaking, we are all going through a lot in this country when it comes to electricity, the scarcity of it. Business owners know what they are suffering. People who have homes, who have refrigerators in their houses, who have foods in their refrigerators, who have things that they need electricity to, keep things up. They need power to keep things up and going. They know what they are suffering. You could do street protests from now until when? I was over the weekend, I was sitting down in my house and a song just came to mind. M.I. and Sound Sultan. I think it was early 2000s that song was released. Something about electricity, how that there was a promise that in 2010 there was going to be electricity. But and I just did the math in my head. It's true. Something in the line of when we ask our government, when them go give us light, them say now 2010, don't go. You remember that? Okay. So I'm like, wait, that was, and at the time when they were making the promises about 2010, it seemed like a very far time away. Maybe early 2000s or even late 90s, thereabouts. They were saying, oh, don't worry, when it's 2010 comes, we're going to have electricity. Nigeria would be able to beat other African countries when it comes to electricity supply. And Nigerians will be able to hold their head high when it comes to other countries that have uninterrupted power supply and all of that. Right? So 2010 came, then it went. And then 2020 came 10 years later. Abby, 2010, 2020. And now what's the year we are in? And it's not just seen any remarkable turn of events. Rather, what we're saying is, okay, we cannot produce, we're getting less. In fact, in the course of last year, 2022, we had shutdown of the entire generating. Oh my God, it was a situation last year. Why am I remembering this now? Because the weekend was a very tough one, actually. It was very tough. I know so we're getting used to the option of if there's no light on your generator, is that supposed to be okay? Is it fine? Is it a new coal? I thought it was supposed to be for the meantime. How is it okay now that everybody is just, okay, there's no light, next thing you're turning on your gen? Okay, so in turning on your gen now, let's get to the second part, the fuel. How easy is it to get fuel, and at what cost at this point in time? We know over time NNPCL will come out and say, oh, they have about 1 billion liters of fuel, and it should be in circulation before you know it, and all of that. I think there was even a light conversation about it today on Citizen FM 93.7. And I was really excited when I heard a message coming from one of our ardent listeners on the station, Patrick, and it was read on air. And it was like, bullseye. Like, that's it. I think NNPCL, this is the message he sent in, and I feel like it's still relevant even to what I'm saying right now. NNPCL, 1 billion liters of fuel availability, in his word, now wash. The queues are back. NNPCL dust off the statement we are used to, and they dish out to us as per, say the citizens can do nothing. The day people in critical sectors start paying for their irresponsibility, Nigeria will be a better place. The day we Nigerians start telling these people in critical sectors that enough is enough, the better for us. Nigerians can only speak out. Those who will do the needful don't think the needful is necessary. That is why the people in critical sectors in the country keep doing same thing and putting Nigerians in the same problem. And it struck because I lived in the situation during the course of this weekend. There was a situation at home, and so for some hours generator did not come on, and I was like, it's easy for people to explain how they feel, and then you imagine how they feel. But when you deal with the situation, when you live in that situation, then you're able to say firsthand. Give you an example, another example, matter of fact. You're driving in a car, AC fitted, everything is nice and cool. Do you know if you see people trekking under the sun, it's just going to be, oh, well, people are trekking, and that's it. It is the moment your car breaks down, and you have to step out, especially this season like this, that sun is scorching to high heavens. You will now understand firsthand what it feels like to actually be under the sun and be beaten. Like, as I said, sun, mama, you. No kidding. That was a situation. And I just feel like generally we need to do better. Even if these stories don't make front pages every now and again, even if the stories don't get the desired attention that they need, except, of course, only when there is a breaking story related to these matters, I think we should talk more about it. People need to be able to vent or explain themselves how they feel about certain situations in the country. That's just my thought. At this time, well, yeah, that's my thought. Citizen FM 93.7, 5:38 p.m. Shall we now look at some headlines at this time? Yeah, I vented. I feel better after venting. All right. So, did you hear about the one in Abuja? I think that one, a lot of people heard about it. That's PDP staging a protest in front of INEC office and all of that. Yes, that happened. But did you also hear about the protest in front of Lagos State University? Lagos State University, in, of course, Lagos State. So students shot the gates and they were protesting soldiers' maltreatment. They said they were maltreating them. And when I saw that, I'm like, okay, brutality again, brutality, another story. Remember what was happening at University of Benin a few weeks ago? Yeah, how that students did something and then soldiers came back and they started manhandling people there, whether or not you were a student. So long as you were found within the premises or around the area of University of Benin, you collect. Anyway, so the report is that the students of Lagos State University shot both gates leading to the school in protest against soldiers torturing some students last week. A parent was even interviewed by newsmen. One of the parents of the students that was locked up, he said, "We have been here for some hours. The students locked up both gates. Everywhere is filled with vehicles trying to come in and go out. The security men said the students shut the gates because their executives and some students were beaten by soldiers last week while waiting at the gate. No movement. Yeah, there are pictures. They exist. No movement at all. I can see them right now. Have they addressed anybody? Not yet. The SUG took the initiative because of the safety of students and staff of LASU. They wanted us to vote before granting community members access to our campus. Yeah, so for the period, it will shut down. Anyway, so LASU Public Relations Officer, Mr. Olani Jarebe, confirmed that calmness had returned to campus. But have activities picked up yet? Not the way they normally would have, but so far so good. There hasn't been any report of violence, but yes, the students are protesting and they're saying no, they cannot take it anymore. Keep your ear to the ground, especially when it has to do with ailments. Remember some very funny name diseases are just flying around these days? Be very careful. Be very, very, very careful. There's another one. There's an update, a report from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control. Now, the update is that 61 lives have been lost in Kano State, and the report has it that, since compilation of reports from this month, it was the Kano State case manager, Dr. Salma Suwaid, that disclosed this today on a webinar that was organized by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention. They were talking about outbreaks in Nigeria and vaccination response. They said that a total of 783 patients have been on admission so far. And of this number, 360 were females and 423 were males. And it concerns deadly throat ailment. Be very careful, though. Especially this period, people are going out, trying to make their voices heard, doing, just gathering people. Be very careful. Be very, 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 very careful. Emphasis on very. Okay, so what more can we take? My God, you know that at 5:45 or 40, maybe 50 thereabouts, we'll have to go take some stories from other parts of Africa. But let's run through some headlines very quickly. Let's see what's on the Vanguard news. INEC asks court to allow it to reconfigure BVAS for March 11 elections. They said they've learned their lessons. I took a read earlier. It was a pretty interesting one. So they've learned their lesson. I'm like, you use our you use our presidential elections to learn your lesson. Hey, God, I beg you. God, I beg you. Khan backs Sanwo-Olu for second time. One good turn deserves another. Cubana chief priest endorses Sanwo-Olu. Group tasks IGP on whistleblowers allegations against police officers. Jimmy Lawal denies endorsing another candidate. Okay. All right. Let's see Akwa Ibom State. Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council refutes claims of YPP Guba candidate's endorsement. Said nothing like that has happened. In case you heard that news, it is what? Foul, according to them. Do not accompany your principals to polling booths. Gombe Commissioner of Police warns VIP aides. You hear? You hear? Those that like to get really excited and want to be following their guys until... Do you know where you're following to? Be calming down. CP says, please, hold it. Not everything should be following up and down. So let's pick up on the Zamfara gubernatorial elections. Supreme Court affirms Dauda Lawal as PDP candidate. Finally! Can you say this was just in time? Can you say this was just in time? It's actually 5 days to the election. Just 5 days. Dauda Lawal has been affirmed as the governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party, and it's not any other court but the Supreme Court that has ruled on this one. If there was a unanimous decision by a 5-man panel of justices that dismissed an appeal filed by an aggrieved gubernatorial aspirant of the party in the state. It was Ibrahim Shehu Gusau that, took the case to court. And they dismissed it. They said, hey, guess what? In fact, they said that the appeal lacked merit. The court resolved all the issues for determination against the appellant, and they held that the appeal was unmeritorious, and the same was dismissed. Parties were ordered to bear their respective costs. Chai. I think it's a good time to say congratulations on that one. 0903 22 29 797. That's where the 7 came from. 0903 22 29 797. You can call me up. Let's talk. 0818 22 22 205. Okay, let's see now who's on the line. Hello.
Yeah.
Good evening to you.
Okay, my name is Patrick.
Patrick, happy new week.
Thank you. But what happened?
To me?
What happened?
Where?
You came, you just the vibe.
You not feel what's going on. Are you not in this country with me?
You don't see what that's so.
I'm trying, Jerry. You know, sometimes water will not have the effect that you want it to have.
I see you, Jerry. you are not alone.
Ah, God, is a wow.
Talking about AEDC, right? Only God, we don't know what they are pushing. Because if you ask questions, they don't give you. Hello?
I'm here, go ahead.
If you ask questions, they don't give you the right answer. So, let me say with our right to. But the easy way they say, if we want to enforce this right, the people who are supposed to uphold our right, they think that we don't even deserve the right. So you see, that means we just be as if within this country, as if we don't stay under, we don't get right like any longer. Maybe I just use that word.
But how long? How long shall we remain like this?
Now that is the question. And you see this question that you're asking, that's the question I keep asking people. For how long shall we continue like this? We cannot continue anymore now. Even if all of us, we are tired. If me, I begin to express myself for you now, you say you go shock. Like today now, back now, I wanted to do transaction on transfer money to somebody. Since morning, I tried to transfer that, but that money no people. So you see, that one don't cost me. I don't lose something I'm supposed to get to people.
Oh no.
Because of that this thing.
Oh no.
So you see the way this country is. I will not say God because it is me Nigerians that will make it better.
Right.
I know go push the pain to God. I will not say God will help us. We Nigerians.
We need to help ourselves.
Yes. And again, the reason why I call it there is this headline that you read that this found in the Kano State. This is this is not the first time. I would have loved to know why is it that this tropical disease keep recurring in Kano State.
Northern Nigeria. Because we've had reports from other parts too. I think Kaduna too. Kano, Kaduna, I think from Jigawa as well. Yes.
Yes. So what is the state governors doing? Because as you say now, most of the people that people die so. Not be chicken.
No.
So what is the governors doing to investigate more? What is the cause of this disease that keep repeating themselves at this time, especially when they keep period like this? What is the disease? And how can it be prevented? Can it be, if we know what is the cause, at least we can prevent it.
Right.
That's why I think I hear you somewhere they spark like
Thank you, Jerry.
Calm down.
I'm trying.
Like God, he said that we have learned. I heard that news today this morning. As I hear now, my best increased.
I know, Kavi.
I have to calm down.
And I said they've learned their lesson, though.
That is statement. He say any state right that is found culpable will be punished.
Yes.
They will punish Oga. Oga was found culpable.
Voila, today. Thank you, my brother. Ew. Challenge. What's the challenge now? We're gonna be all right. Okay, just to reiterate the good part, I next said they've learned their lesson. But again, wait, it's like, okay, let me not even dwell on that subject at all, because if it just feels a certain type of way, you used a very critical part of the entire process to learn your lesson. Okay, give me a minute. Okay. So there's a headline on leadership. It says contractors use Oyedepo and the church over unpaid fees. Police arraign insurance brokers for alleged 20 million naira fraud. It is always the mind with which people do these things. Anyway, investigations are ongoing. It's just an arrest for the period. It's been arraigned rather. After this, on to the next one. Okay, let's see now. We need to switch things up. Let's see what's happening in other parts of Africa, shall we? Yes. So I saw this very interesting headline earlier that the First Lady of Kenya has declared prayers against homosexuality. Yes. Yes. There's been prayer and fasting. I know that in a couple of countries, especially in Africa, homosexuality is a punishable offense. Yes, you can be arrested. You can go to jail for being homosexual, right? In fact, some countries have refused to help. Some quote unquote developed countries have refused to help some other countries or developing countries because they feel like, oh, they are too stiff when it comes to homosexuality laws in their countries. Anyway, but when I saw this particular story, I'm like, oh wow, this is really, really interesting. You're praying against something that some people say that it is their way of life or they were born with it. Or there's different arguments about this thing, but it is a very, very touchy subject. What we know for sure is that the First Lady of Kenya, Rachel Ruto, the wife of William Ruto, has declared national prayers against homosexuality in the country. Yes. Yeah, there'll be prayers, national prayers. I'm wondering what the, prayer topic would be, or the prayer point would be. Every spirit of homosexuality. Oh my God. Anyway, so this is what she said. She said, we want to strengthen the family institution where we have a father, a mother, and children. LGBTQ is forbidden, even in the Bible and the African culture. Let us hold on to family values. That's what she said during a church service in Meru County. So prior to this, the First Lady had already created a faith diplomacy office, which she says will be spreading a prayer culture across the country. But there's a part that she said that got my attention. She said, it is forbidding in Africa, in the African culture. I know a couple of African countries that are doing this whole LGBTQ thing. For some, it is a paper thing, by the juror, like legally, it is against the practice of the people. But we know that a lot of people are still, involved in the practice. And some other countries, like South Africa, for instance, we know that it is full-blown. You can be whatever you choose to be. So, again, we're gonna be all right, Abby. Tunisia, what's happening in Tunisia? Did you see the videos? I think it was during the course of last week that, hey, they were attacking people from other parts of the world, especially Africans. Yeah, that they should return to their countries and all of those. Yes, and I saw some, some comments on social media. They were like, if no be say, where, would we even need to be traveling to, places like Tunisia and all these other countries? Why can't we just make the best of what we have in the country? I saw the video and it was really, it wasn't cool at all. Pursuing people up and down in the night. They had to go to other parts to go and hide themselves and all of those things. Anyway, the government has sort of responded to that particular outburst in the country. I think it was last week or so. So they have announced measures to improve life of foreign nationals. Keep in mind, though, that there have been protests. You know that even in the country, there is a no protest policy. Yeah, there's a protest ban. You cannot do protests in the country. But some foreign nationals have even done protests in the country and they've said, no, we can't take this. I mean, we have a right to migrate to whatever part of the world that we want to migrate to. Of course, if we meet your migration rules and policies, why do we have to be treated as second-class citizens or even animals? Considering how you've been treating us so far. So the presidency, the government, and the Foreign Affairs Ministry, yes, they have announced a relaxation of visa rules for African citizens. They are saying that now you can stay for up to 6 months instead of what it used to be. It used to be 3 months without seeking residency. And you can even stay for a year for students. They even added that migrants who have overstayed could leave without paying penalty fees of about $25 per month. You can go with that. If you've overstayed, you're welcome. Please just come and be going quietly. So that's the response, quote unquote, of the government to the outcry of the people saying, hey, we can't take this anymore. Speaking of no protest, there's a no protest policy in the country. Yes, there's a protest ban, but we're also seeing people define protest ban to demand the release of president's critics. So there were some arrests made in Tunisia. I'm still looking at Tunisia. There were some arrests made earlier. Opposition leader was arrested. They demanded they are demanding the release of more than 20 prominent figures opposed to the president who were arrested in recent weeks. They decided to come out onto the streets and do a protest. This is what some of them had to say, and this is from Africa News.
Our message today is no to fear. Tunisia belongs to its people and not to an opportunist who wants to set it on fire. He is following in the footsteps of Mussolini and Hitler, those two criminals who set their countries on fire. We won't let a Hitler Jr. destroy our country. This putschist, President Kais Saied, has no ears. He does not listen to anyone. He's a dictator who does not have the capacity to dictate. And he puts people in prison because he fears it and does not know the activists do not fear prison.
Several people, they went. You need to see videos and pictures. Several people waving the flag of Tunisia, protesting on the street, saying they will not agree. Tunisia belongs to the people and not to just one person who wants to set the country on fire, and all of those. Will they yield the desired results? Let's see. At least it's peaceful. It's peaceful protest, so we need to always put that out there before people will now start taking advantage of the situation and start doing stuff. Anyway, so far so good. That's what's been happening in Africa at this time. At least those are worthy of mention events happening across Africa. There are others, but time is not always a friend, right? Like from Kenya now, we're hearing engineers, Koina and Gathu are inspiring children to become future engineers. I like to see this kind of stories, but it is what it is. Have to go now. When we come back, top of the hour, it will be time for the news at 6. Here is a song that has been ringing in my head for a minute. You remember? Loving me jaja, loving me tender, loving me jaja, loving me tender. Shei Shodimu and Shafi Bello. Yeah, the Nollywood actor. She's becoming a Nollywood actress years after the song.